Hello clinical advisors. This is a short preview video that explains the supply list that you guys will be given to make every operation visit successful. So there's going to be a sign out sheet that shows all the ingredients or supplies that you guys will be given in your care. Alright, so the first item that I want to show you is this 28 quart Igloo cooler that has a handle. Okay, so the cooler itself is not a very heavy one. However, you will have ice packs in there eventually, so that can add some weight. All right, on top of the cooler is going to have a brief diagram of how the packing should be. Just remember that it's a sandwich method. The outer layer, top and bottom, is ice packs, and then the bubble wraps. And the center of the ice cooler should always be the vaccine and the probe of the DDL. Those two always go together. And this little Ziploc bag here, this is so that you can put your monitor of the DDL in here, just like that, so that you can keep an eye out on the temperature without having to ever open the cooler, because obviously that could affect the temperature greatly and make you quite nervous. Alright, so first thing, let me go ahead and open this for you. Alright, so each clinical advisor will be given 10 ice packs. I would recommend that you keep these in the freezer so that they are always ready to go. And I would roughly do 5 at the bottom and the 5 at the top, or maybe 6 at the bottom, 4 at the top, something like that. Alright, so once you have the layer of the ice packs at the bottom, you'll also be getting a couple inches of bubble wrap. This one, I don't know, just to have fun. This label bottom for that, and obviously you'll sandwich the vaccine and the probe of the DDL in between. You're also going to get a couple inches for bubble wrap for the top layer. Okay, so after that, Dr. Ray wanted each of you to carry with you, just in case, 5 transparent face masks. So this is in case you are needed, or these are needed at an operation. Okay, so besides that, you each are going to get an in-temp DDL with a probe. So this one is going to be assigned to Louisa. So I'm using her supplies right now for instructions. Okay, so that is what you guys will be given. Now, in addition to that, each of you are going to also get your very own binder. This one is labeled Louisa, so it's all hers. So when you open, this is like a starting pack. So it has some initial things that could be helpful for you, but obviously you can always add other things or have extra copies of forms. That is completely up to you. I'd say the more you prepared, the better success it's going to be. So just be mindful of that. Okay, so the very first thing you're going to see here is a welcome letter from me that says, "Congratulations for being the clinical advisor. These are forms that are in this binder, the supplies that you were given, and also some recommendation of other forms or papers that you may also want to include in this binder for your reference and to help you." Okay, so the very first sheet you're going to have is specific instructions for Camden Yards. This is for the vaccine pickup and drop-off. This all can be followed specifically as long as Kaiser at Hillthorpe is the supplier. But obviously if that changes, we just change the location out. But this has all the preparation, pickup instruction, what your role will be at Camden Yards, and what you also do at the end of the night or operation for dropping off, and any kind of logs or different things that you have to do. Now, like I mentioned before, ice packs should be in the freezer. I would also get your DDL all ready to go and keep them in the refrigerator so that they are at the optimum temperature when you go pick up the vaccine. Because if you just starting to set it up when you get to pick up the vaccine, you might have to wait actually quite a while before the DDL matches up the vaccine temperature. I would turn it on, make sure you are familiar with the uses, and then keep it in the refrigerator until the next operation. And just so you know, they do run on batteries, so keep an eye out on the battery level. Very first page you're gonna get is a blank vaccine chain of custody form. Just fill out the information as much as you can before the pickup. That way it saves time for yourself. Okay, second page you're gonna have is a blank hourly temperature log. This is especially crucial at an organic site because a lot of them are outdoors, and every time you open the cooler to get a vaccine vial, it fluctuates. So you want to keep a very close eye out, and doing it hourly is recommended. And I would set up an alarm on your phone or some kind of device that will keep timely, so that you can monitor the temperature every hour. And if and when you have any kind of excursion event, I would use this form to go ahead and document. This is something you can just pull and download and print from CDC. And if you don't have access to this, you can certainly document in any way you want, but this is easy because you just fill in the blanks and follow the instructions. Alright, the next paper that's in here, this is a daily worksheet, I call it. So this, you just have to fill out the blank spaces. So time, what type of vaccine, the lot number, when you pulled, how many doses you're pulling out, administered, wasted, and things like that. And forgot to include this, but make sure at the end of the day that you are reporting the wastage to MDH. So that's the Vaccine for Children website, that you do it online. Okay, so that's that. And given that we are almost always opening a vial and not completely utilizing all the doses, this is inevitable, so we are expecting you guys to fill out one every day. Okay, and the last page that I included here is the vaccination site assessment form. So I would kind of read through multiple times, get yourself familiar with what you're asking for, what you're observing, what you should be on the lookout for. And a lot of these are pulled from the onboarding checklist that the vendors had to sign. So they have agreed upon all of these items. Okay, so that is that. And obviously there's space in the binder for you to fill up with other forms if you like. Last thing I want to show you guys is the layout or the anatomy of the DDL. So here's the DDL with the display. It's got the long wire, and this is the probe. This part always stays with the vaccine. Think of it like I guess a pair. They always go together. They're a couple. Okay. All right. So the last thing is for me to show you. So you can monitor your DDL on your phone. So DDLs are made by a company called Intemp. So once you download, you create a login, and when you do that, sorry, let me go ahead and do that. You're going to connect with your specific DDL. So mine is number 47, and so here's a logger 47. So once I turn this on, I should be able to monitor and also be able to pull up any history of it. And that's why it's important, once you start, keep it in the refrigerator so that it's gonna always be in range. And I do have a paper copy of instructions that shows you how to also do it. So I'm just gonna pause right here. If you guys want to screenshot and follow these steps, you are welcome to do that. But that is the end of this tutorial preview video. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, send me a text or phone call. I generally do answer them. Okay? Alright, thank you, and take care. Bye.